Meeting back to order, and we can just keep the volume down, guys, a little bit. Welcome to meeting number 133 of the House of Commons Standing Committee on Finance. The committee is meeting today to discuss committee business. Today's meeting is taking place in a hybrid format pursuant to Standing Order 15.1. Members are attending in person in the room and remotely using the Zoom application. I'd like to make a few comments for the benefit of the members. Although this room is equipped with a powerful audio system, feedback events can occur. These can be extremely harmful to interpreters and cause serious injuries. The most common cause of sound feedback is an earpiece worn too close to the microphone. We therefore ask all participants to exercise a high degree of caution when handling the earpieces, especially when your microphone or your neighbor's microphone is turned on. In order to prevent incidents and safeguard the hearing health of interpreters, I invite participants to ensure that they speak into the microphone into which their headset is plugged in, and to avoid manipulating the earbuds by placing them on the table away from the microphone when they are not in use. Reminder that all comments should be addressed through the chair. For members in the room, if you wish to speak, please raise your hand. For members on Zoom, please use the raise hand function. The clerk and I will manage the speaking order as best we can, and we appreciate your patience and understanding in this regard. I do see MP Baker's hand up. I just want to members for one of our colleagues here, MP Daniel Blakey. The member from Elwood Transcona. This will be his last meeting here at Finance, and his last day probably here for now at Parliament. And we just want to, on behalf of the committee, but others may speak to this, just want to thank him for all his hard work, for your collegiality, for everything that you've brought to this committee and to our many reports. We thank you for all of the work that you have done, Daniel. And we do wish you all the best with your future endeavors, and those future endeavors, I think, will intersect here again with Parliament. And we look forward to seeing you here as a friend and colleague. So thank you so much. And now I am going to go. I've got speakers at MP Baker.
So, Chair, I did want to say something on the topic of Mr. Blakey, but I also wanted to, if I could, get in the queue for the committee business as well.
Okay.
Is this on this, or is this on committee business?
Well, I just wanted to say those opening remarks about our colleague Daniel, but I'm sure you can. I think you can speak to both if you want, if you'd like. Yeah.
Sure, if that's okay with members.
If that's okay with members. I just want to make sure I wasn't preempting
what other members want to talk about.
Okay.
So I just wanted to echo the chair's comments. I think we've all of us have, especially in this committee, have gotten to know Daniel pretty well, Mr. Blakey really well, and as a strong advocate for his constituents. But I think also someone who's very, very thoughtful and very grounded, and I think in his principles and what he believes needs to be done on behalf of his constituents and on behalf of Canadians. And I think sometimes with all of the various pressures that members face in this place and input we get and advice we get, it's easy to lose that grounding. And I think Mr. Blakey is someone who I think is very, very grounded. And that doesn't mean we agree on everything, but I know that when he's speaking from a place of principle and on behalf of his constituents primarily, but Canadians that he cares deeply about. I would also say that I've had the opportunity over the past couple of months, I would say, to work more closely with Daniel and really have appreciated his collaboration. And the last thing I'll say is that I think we've all witnessed him in the House chamber quite a bit over the years, and I think one of the reactions from some of my colleagues when they learned that Daniel wasn't going to be staying here with us was that it was a loss for the House. And so I'll leave it with that. It's a loss for the House, and it's a loss for our committee. And we thank you for your service, and we wish you well.
Thank you. Thank you. That was very kind and very nice. Thank you, MP Baker. And you want to also speak to your...
The motion.
Yeah, you go ahead.
So what I wanted to do I would like at the last meeting.
Sorry, can we put Yvonne? We'll put him first after. I think it would be nice if we just go around on Blakey.
That's why I asked that question.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So that's a sequence. So sure.
You want to go, or you want to go, Marty?
Well, as the only fellow Manitoban on this
That's
committee,
right.
I want to wish Daniel all the best. I did give him some marching orders when he gets back and has a chance to chat with Premier Canoe. I said make sure he cuts more taxes and particularly makes that gas tax cut permanent. And I know Daniel feels the same way I do, and he'll make sure that occurs. But aside from that. Look, I very much appreciate working with Daniel. He is a person of character and just an all-around nice guy, and he's pretty smart too. So we wish him well in Manitoba, and I'm sure we'll be crossing paths again in the future. All the best in your future endeavors, Daniel.
Thank you. Thanks, Marty, for that on Daniel. And I see MP Chambers.
Thanks very much, Mr. Chair.
And I've got MP Samaria, and I apologize, MP Samaria after on the screen.
I've only been here for my third year, but it was nice to start, and we were right into it with a financial piece of legislation. And one of the things that brought us together was a shared value of making sure that publicly traded companies didn't get the benefit of the wage subsidy if they paid dividends. And I use that as an example all the time where we've worked together on something, and that's not the only circumstance, of course, but I appreciate collaboration and open to collaboration that you bring to the place, and I think it's a good model for people to follow. I'm a bit nervous about what happens to the committee after this, Mr. Chair, losing somebody who was able to bridge many gaps that we have here, so that's a good lesson or maybe a challenge for us, and perhaps big shoes to fill for whoever follows you. But it's been a pleasure in a very short time to have you here, and I think you've advanced a number of great causes. And while we might not have you here at committee, I know that you will likely still be meeting with the Minister of Finance, and I'm sure she'll be very, very pleased to see you continue to walk in that door as she is when she sees you here. So wish you all the best. Like to say we may see you back here someday, and look forward to that potentially.
MP Saint-Marie, please.
Oui, merci.
Thank you, and hi, Daniel. Thank you for all the work you've done in the Chamber and also in the committee. As Adam was saying, you are the Jedi when it comes to getting beyond our impasses in the committee. Are we going to be stuck in a never-ending filibuster from now on? Or are we going to stick to the flying pigs that you've given to us now and again to help us out? So you brought a great deal to the Chamber and the committee. Your commitment, your social commitment in politics is based on good values. You really care about the fate of the ordinary man and woman in the street to improve their lot. You work in a pragmatic, realistic way, coming up with practical solutions. So I take off my hat to you. Now you're going to have new challenges working with the new Premier in Manitoba. I think he's the most exciting one in Canada at the moment in terms of Premier, so I think that's going to be great. And, of course, be close to your family. It's not easy when our family's in the riding and we're in Ottawa. It's big sacrifices when we can't see our kids as much. And as other colleagues have said, I imagine that perhaps we will cross paths again in the Chamber. You'll be really all guns firing, so it'll be a real privilege for us to see you then. And to round off, I'd like to say that you are the embodiment of the Canadian left, close to the unions, close to the ordinary people, and ready to apply yourself to specific points on the ground to make a difference. So you have my full respect. And I'll cite what we've said for another politician in the past. With your constructive and firm approach, with your well-anchored values, you are a force tranquille, a quiet force in the Parliament and within your political party. So we're really going to miss you and all the very best. Come back and see us, and do contact us if we can continue to collaborate in one way or another. And bravo, my friend.
Gabrielle, and now MP Morris would like to say a few words. Yeah, okay.
Well, I may be a guest to this committee, but I get the privilege of sitting next to Mr. Blakey in the House. And what I notice every day working with Daniel is that because he speaks from the heart, he commands the respect of those he works with wherever he goes. And I think that's been heard in comments from others this morning. Daniel, it's a big part of why you'll be missed here as a voice for workers, as a voice for people, as a voice for Canadians. I will certainly miss you and wish you all the very best.
Mike, I do have you, Daniel. You'll be the final speaker as you have the floor, but I do have MP Lawrence and then MP Howland, and then I think then we'll go to MP Blakey.
Thank you. Just quickly echo the comments of Yvonne and Marty. Daniel is no doubt a man of the highest character and is a person of integrity and is true to his principles as a social democrat there. And I'll just be brief because all of the great comments have been made, but I'd just like to thank his wife and his children for sharing him with Parliament for the last 8 years. And we might come back for him at some point, so just a warning.
Thanks, Chair.
Thank you, Phil. And now to MP Helen.
Thank you, Chair. Daniel, thank you. I know we disagreed on very little, but I will say that I respect how you elevated the debate, not just in the House, but in here. Made us think about things that maybe we wouldn't have thought about, and how you always stuck to your principles, whether we agreed with them or not, but I show you a high degree of respect for that. And from someone else, I also come from the construction background. I do want to thank you for always raising the voice for workers, and I'm wishing you and your family the best. I'd also like for you to advocate on behalf of the Conservative Party with Premier Canoe, if he would be willing to join the other premiers in calling on the government to spike the hike. But once again, I want to thank you for your dedication and your sacrifice, and more importantly to your family for their sacrifice in lending you to Parliament to elevate the debate in here. Thank you.
Thank you, Jazz. And now we are going to go to MP Blake, and we do want to thank the Blakey family and all those that are here. And we're all friends of Daniel, so that being here to hear these kind words for a great member. Daniel.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chair, and thank you to all my colleagues for those kind words. I would also like to say a big thank you to my family, my wife and kids and mother who are here in Ottawa today on what is a pretty big day, not just for me, but for them too. And I really do appreciate all the kind words. I think I have to say, I mean, to the extent that I've worked very hard to be collaborative and to accomplish things with other people, none of that success would be possible without all the other people that I've had the opportunity to work with. And so I thank all of you for the times that we've been able to get past our disagreements. Of course, Parliament is a place where people come to disagree. So a certain amount of disagreement is normal, but it can sometimes get in the way of progress and us doing the things that I think we're summoned here to do by Canadians. So I'm grateful to all of you for the times that we've been able to overcome those disagreements after some what I hope and in the best instances have been constructive debate to get to doing the thing that really matters. So thank you to all of you, not just for the kind words, but for the collaboration as well. Merci, Monsieur Sainte-Marie, pour les bons mots aussi et pour votre travail.
Thank you for your kind words and everything you've said. I really appreciate it.
I could spend time talking about each and every one of you around the table. We wouldn't have any time left for business, which of course is why we're here. So thanks again, like I say, for the words and for the work, and I wish you all the best success after I'm gone in continuing to do that work and focusing on the things that really matter.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. Yes, thank you for helping us find that common ground. And now I'm going All right. He's still here. He's still here. Okay. And now we've got to get through some committee business, and it's we've got a short amount of time. The window is small. So MP Baker, please.
I'll be brief. So in our last meeting, I gave notice of a motion. I wanted to move that motion now. I'll just read it to remind folks. that in accordance with its motion adopted on January 30th, 2024, the chair be instructed to schedule meetings for the consideration of Bill C-59 upon the bill's referral to committee, that clause-by-clause consideration of the bill start no later than April 30th, 2024,